Hello everyone, do you have an experience to receive, write, and send an email? I'm sure that most of you have this experience before. So, for today's topic, we are going to explore the theme of writing emails. We will learn the rules of writing email and how to compose it in English. The focus for our today's lesson will be on writing formal email because we deal a lot with work situation which belongs to formal one. The initial thing you have to do is considering whether you know the reader well or not. So it's very important for you at the beginning of your writing. You should be able to decide whether you can compose formal or informal email. Once you decide, it will determine how you get going with the language style and email template later on. Sometimes we write a formal email when we want to be polite, we want to show our politeness, or when we do not know the reader very well. A lot of work emails are formal. For example, an email for the government, or an email for the colleagues in an internal company, or colleagues from the bigger company. So these are some situations which might belong to formal one. So, for example, an email to a customer. It's very important for you to be able to compose a formal email for the customer. This is the way how you can promote selling the product by convincing the buyers or customer by using proper language in your email. And then the second one, of course, is very important for you to write an formal email in job application, in application process. How you can give a first good impression by having professional email with right language. And then an email to your manager, of course, you should be able to use proper language, considering the language used, the language style. And then a complaint to a shop and an email from one company to another company. So basically, this is the way how you can maintain a good relationship by using proper language in your formal email. Meanwhile, we write informal emails when we want to be friendly or when we know the reader well. A lot of social emails are informal. You can use this kind of informal email for those whom you have a very close relationship with. For example, a birthday greeting to a colleague, somebody who is very close to you, or an email to a colleague who is also a good friend, or a social invitation to a friend at your workplace, and a message to a friend on a social networking site. So if you look at the situation, basically it is a very close relationship with somebody, and it's social emails. So there is a significant difference between formal email and informal email. So basically, in informal email, it is more flexible. The languages is more flexible, and then you can use informal words and expression, and you can respond to your friend's email in a friendly, chatty style. There are a variety of structure. Basically, there is no strict rules in writing informal email, just like the formal email. Okay, now I would like you to look at the model of good and bad email. I have two pictures over here. If you look at the left one, it belongs to a good one. If you read at a glance, it is much more proper compared with the right picture, and it is more well organized. The reader can easily understand what is written down there. And there is a standard phrase to open and finish an email, and then there's introduction. If you look at this one, there's reasons for writing, and the sentence is relatively short but clear enough and still polite. However, if you look at the right one, it is quite bad. There are so many weaknesses. I guess the writer has a problem with personal comfort or formality. There is irregular form of letters over here. There are exclamation mark, yeah, and then it is not well organized. There is no separated lines, so somehow it could be very confusing for the reader to gain some information for your email. So from these two pictures, it might bring you a question. The question is how we are supposed to compose a good email. All right. So here are the top tips for writing. I would like you to pay attention on these pictures. The left one are some points that you might cover whenever you want to write down a formal letter or formal email. Of course, there are some rules over here to make your writing looks well organized and professional. The first one, if you know the name of the person you are writing to, use Mr. for a man and Miss for a woman. So basically, this is a greeting. You have to start the email by using standard phrase. Depends on the personal comfort of formality. You can use dear here, and then the addressing, the address, and also the name. Basically, for some people, it is very common for them to use dear, or for some other people, they prefer to use hello or hi instead of using dear. Just like British people, they prefer to use hello or hi. And then after giving some opening or greeting, you can move by giving some information why you write down this kind of email. Start by saying why you are writing or what you are responding to. So this is like the intention, what your reader wants to know from this email. And then the third one, used indirect questions such as I would be grateful if you could blah 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 to ask for information politely. You can see the arrow here. So instead of using direct question like uh, would you can you give me information? Would you give me some information? It's better for you to use indirect question because it is considered more polite. And then the next one, using transition or using stating points. Use words like firstly, secondly, and finally to order your points. It's very important to let the readers know the information from the email. Of course, it is very helpful for the reader to gain some more information from your email by looking at these stating points. And then use this standard phrase to finish a formal letter or email. So make sure you use the opening as well as the closing phrase for your email. You can use your sincerely, best regards, and some others. And there are so many variety how you are supposed to close your email. And then if you begin the email with dear and the name of the person, finish with yours sincerely. If you have used dear sir or madam, finish with yours faithfully. So it depends on the personal comfort of formality. So for some other people, yours sincerely and yours faithfully is considered to be very formal. Sometimes they only use this for sending letter to the government or sending formal letter to other bigger company. Okay, now we move to the next one. Basically, this is the standard phrase you can use to organize your or to compose your email. Uh, like this, greeting for greeting. Instead of using dear, you can use hello, hi, or hey. It is those phrases arranged based on the degree of complexity. Hello is considered formal, but not for hi or hey. It is informal. And then after starting the email by giving the greeting, you can start introducing a topic or informing. Like this is to inform you that, for example, Mr. Budi has been moved to sales division. Okay. And then just to let you know, blah, blah, blah. So you can use this when you compose the informal email. Or you can just go directly using this expression, good news, a bad news. All right. Of course, it depends on the level of formality from your email. And the third one, following up on a previous discussion or email. For example, like when you compose this email based on the previous discussion or the previous topic, you may use this to as supported sentences for your email. And then asking and requesting. So if you ask some more information from the reader, you may use this kind of question. Or you can just give like indirect question. So I'd like to know if blah blah blah. I'd like to know if you can give some or you can give new information about the development of new company. Or if it is informal, you can just give direct question. And then the last one is the ending, how you are supposed to give some phrase of closing the email. Like, I'll get back to you as I can. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. It means that I will give you new information as soon as possible. Okay? Just like what we discussed before, instead of using closing like yours sincerely or yours faithfully, you can use thanks, regards, or all the best. You can use this because, yes, those phrases are considered to be formal too. All right, now we move to the next one. Now we move to the issue about paragraphs. Do you think it's important for you to put some paragraphs in your email? Of course, yes. Emails are easier to read if the writer uses paragraphs. I think it's very important for you to organize your sentences into paragraph and make sure don't put your sentences too long. Each paragraph consists of 2 until 3 sentences long. So make sure you put 2 until 3 sentences for each paragraph here. And each paragraph starts one new line. Make sure one paragraph consists of new topic. For example, like this, paragraph 1, you may use paragraph 1 for greeting or starting the email. And then paragraph 2 for reasons for writing. So basically, what is your intention to compose this email? You can give some more information here. And then paragraph 3 is the request. What do you expect from the reader after reading your email? Paragraph 4. So if you consider this to be a new topic, you can add some more paragraph here. And then the last one for closing. You can give standard phrase for closing your email. All right. Last but not least is the additional information for you whenever you want to compose an email, especially a formal email. So the left one belongs to some notes for you whenever you want to write down a formal one. Then the right one is some notes that you might avoid when you write down or compose a formal email. All right, everyone, start writing an email. Make sure, make it short, clear, polite, and straightforward. Okay, thank you and see you on the next video. Bye bye.